So after debugging, I found out that the issue actually was not actually none of the two. It was actually related to the dust folder. Since I have removed the build, it had the old build in. So I just had it also to read the folder because it had a navigation which Story doesn't recognize yet root. You see with me over here, I just reseeded the folder, created a blank one by running yarn receipt, which gave me a blank folder with the app and the index inside. And now it's running live into the port itself because there is no build dust over here. I have removed it. So that was it. Actually, that was the problem. So make sure that you run first the server here and then you run the command Tory yarn dev Tory, and it should work for you too the same way. It says over here yarn Tory even the script is missing. So npm yarn dev, which is strange, was just working in a few seconds ago. Let's try again. Yarn or npx Tory or just Tory. Well, I don't know why it doesn't wanna Tory dev. Let me just this sound just a minute. Let me just remove this one. Open a new terminal. Yarn Tory dev. The dev script is missing. How is that? Okay, let's remove this one. Yes, sorry. Once you miss the configuration, so let's add the port straightforward. It's 8081 and add run dev build should be our pack JSON over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a Tory so I don't have to rerun the command each time, which should be Tory def yeah, Tory. It should be Tory def and it says npm run dev before. So it is actually because of Remember that the package config should not have run before. So that's why we get in the error. So if we remove run before and we just do, because there is no run dev, because I need to do run start to run my project. That's why the error over here, it says, if you look at the error, is saying script missing dev, because it doesn't exist in Expo, our script, a dev command to run the project. Therefore, we're just gonna run now yarn Tori. It should be working fine now. And since I have my server running into this side, it's already waiting on the port, the same port that we set. It should start straightforward, working, functional. No issues. As for the package, as I said to you, for window hiding and stuff, we can do that. Since, let me see, if you see over here, we have stated overlay into the config of my old project, which I have configured with a custom window. So I set it scroll bar as fluent overlay, sorry, and direction pulse. And then you can add more. And among all, actually, Tori is one of the best. Like compared, like with Electron, I like for me, not each one has its preference. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna try to be biased. So, but I find sometimes Tori more easy, and sometimes also I find Electron more easy. So I'll be a bias between them. A non-biased, sorry. You can run build only the first time. After that, you don't actually need to run the build. But anyway, you can keep as that. So my server, because it was building, it stopped the second server. Therefore, right now it's not gonna show us because it's still loading. We'll have just to wait for the server to build again. This is if you want to do a development mode where actually you can see the changes live without you having to rebuild again your window. You can actually, if you change the color within the text of your app over here, the change would reflect straightforward into our app without having to rebuild it again twice each time that we make a change. So just like you say, you are in the development mode where you are actually trying to set up new style or set up new configuration before going to the process of publishing, which is a different thing. So, or production, which is not development mode. As you are seeing, it is reflecting. So what it's doing, it's actually picking the URL as like it's reading it from a browser. So if you put in the URL, whatever URL you would be putting, it would be displayed here. For example, if I put it actually Google, it will actually show me Google website. So for example, let's say I want to change the background over here. Background color, and let's say put it to black instead of white. As you see, whatever change you make over here will appear automatically over here. So I didn't need to reload the script or needed to go back and build the dust folder and then play it back again. It's useful and handy. So I'll let you and I'll see you after the break because I didn't went to my break. I was trying to find out what was the issue. So I'll see you in a few minutes and I'll let my computer rest in charge. Need 8%. See you.